Wampus Cats are leading in the first round of the playoffs here at the Wampa Dome, 35-14. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go down. We got a Terry Lambright band in the stand, so we're going to try to keep this as upbeat as we possibly can. But it's going to be tough. But we're going to honor somebody right here, right now. Chuck Owens, our Terry Lambright man in the stands. Who we got down there, Charles?
Hey, hello to the KJ listening audience again. This is our weekly Terry Lambright man in the stands. I'm honored to be able to interview tonight. And he's going to smile as I say this, but we all know it, as one of our truly distinguished citizens of Vernon Parish, Mr. Jackie Self. Mr. Self was a career educator here in Vernon Parish, and he taught for many years, and he finished his career as a very successful superintendent, and he is one of the guideposts that has Vernon Parish where it is right now. You know, the scores for the schools came out today, and we have a whole bunch of A schools, and when I put the microphone in Mr. Self's face, he's going to be very humble about it. But, you know, all organizations start at the front office, and he did a great job. And so with that as the intro, Mr. Self, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, Charles. How are you? Good to see you.
Doing well. Thank you for taking a minute to talk to us. What do you think of the first half of football?
Well, we look pretty good. I was kind of disappointed when they got some points on the board, but we look awful good offensively, and we're going to be fine. It's going to be good.
Well, we hope so, too. The hard part about this night, folks, and you know, for those of you who know the chatter in Leesville, is that today we lost one of our really distinguished Wampus Cats. The word got out early this morning that one of Mr. Self's lifelong friends and the captain of the football team, the 1963 Wampus Cats, 55 years ago, that won the first district title for this school and played in the first playoff game, passed away this morning. His name was RJ Fertitta. Mr. Self played with him on that team, and he played with a lot of other accomplished Wampus Cats. Without making it too hard, what are your best memories of RJ?
Well, he was a friend. He was. We went to school together and for all 12 years, and lived 2 streets apart in Leesville for a period of time. Spent the night with each other, and man, I came home from school many days with RJ. I didn't have a car at that time, and he did. And many days I came home from school after ball practice with him, and just a good friend, a sad time, but a good friend who had a good life and was good to people.
Yeah, those are great words, and we all hope to have something like that said about us when we're gone. You know, that team y'all were on in 1963 was really, really special. Can you encapsulate what it felt like to be in the very first district championship team?
Well, it's become more important over the years than it was to us back then. We were excited, but we beat Pineville for the first time in a long time, and our last game, when DeRitter beat us, the first game in the playoffs, our coach Ted Parrish told us that we scored 19 points on the state champions. DeRitter beat us, and we scored 19 on them. They played Minden in the finals, and Minden had beaten us early in the year, and we scored 19 points on them. So we played the 2 state finalists that year and played them well, but it was a cold night. We played, as you're probably aware, it was the day after President Kennedy was assassinated.
Wow.
We postponed the game for one day and played it up here to a full house. They brought bleachers in from Fort Polk in both end zones. It was a memorable game. We lost, but as the years go by, I forgot about losing. We just remember the game and the experience.
Amen. You know, just having the chance to do that and to making those lifelong friends and those lifelong memories. And Mr. Self, you know, you're talking about that game. That game is actually digitized, and it's on YouTube. And if people are interested to see it, you can find that game on YouTube, and the stands were packed. I literally could, from the angle of the camera, I guess it was above our press box, but there were people everywhere, and it was a big deal. And what a lot of people don't realize, because the way the playoffs are now, is that it was 20 years before we ever went to the playoffs again. I mean, that was a memorable moment. Now, who were some of your other teammates?
Well, we had a guy named Paul Nicholas was a running back. A guy named Roy Trahan was a wing back. Bill Martin, Johnny Belt, Ronald Holzenbach. James Wells, a young man that was a boy named Ben Capshaw back then, moved in with the military during that time, and just those folks, and a lot of those folks went both ways. And
RJ went both ways, right?
He played every down, not both ways. He played every down. He kicked off and was on the kickoff receiving team, so he did it all.
He was hard as woodpecker lips, wasn't he?
I've seen the video that you're talking about on YouTube, and he's the one with the white jersey that was black. With dirt.
Well, it's a sad day for Leesville. We in the broadcast booth want to thank you for taking time to reflect with us, and hopefully the Cats will win this one for themselves, but also for RJ tonight.
Good deal.
All right, thank you, Mr. Self. God bless you.
Charles, thank you very much. Do you have anything to add to that wonderful report, the Terry Lambright man in the stands?
No, there's really nothing else to say except it breaks my heart. For the listening audience, RJ was Sam's cousin, and the Fertitta family has been around here for many, many, many decades, and they have been stalwarts of this community. And it is a sad day that this Wampus Cat's gone. And I hope these boys tonight will win this game. And when it's over, somehow they'll know.
That's right. We lost Bill Beavers not too long ago, and that's another one of those Wampus Cats that you just kind of hate to lose. I mean, it's just and you think of Roger calls these are just true Wampus Cat fans and Wampus Cat believers. And Jackie Dale and RJ were close, and and RJ would call you out. He'd call me sometimes and say, we couldn't even understand what was going on in the game. He'd let you have it. But he also was a diehard, true Wampus Cat fan, Charles. But anyway, our Terry Lambright, man in the stands, a great educator and a great friend of the Leesville Wampus Cats, Mr. Jackie Dale Self. Thank you very much. Our Terry Lambright, man in the stands. We're going to send it back to the station for some of the fine sponsors here on All-American Country 93.5 KJAE.